half blind. I was so fatigued all the time. I have pain in my joints and it was not explained. When I got diagnosed, that was 13 years ago, no one noticed. I was like, what is MS? MS is multiple sclerosis. I believe it's the hardest autoimmune disease. If the immune system is in a chronic inflammation, your gut will ask the immune system to attack you.
That's wild.
If I succeeded to manage this, you can manage any other immune disease.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Wellsome. In today's podcast, I have the pleasure to have with me Aya Mamdouh. Hi, Aya.
Vicky.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good.
I'm
How
so
are you?
happy to have you here, actually.
Same here. We've been planning for this for a long time.
I know, and finally, this is the perfect time.
Yeah,
and the reason why I invited Aya to the podcast is because Aya is a wellness advocate, nutritionist, and speaker. And the reason why she embarked in this beautiful mission is because she was suffering from an MS, and she's still managing this issue, but she took it in a way that she started to educate people about nutrition and wellness and everything people and women have to know about immune diseases, and I found it very powerful. I know that immune diseases nowadays, especially for women, they are increasing. So I have the best advocate with me today to just talk about this topic, because everyone deserves to know that it's possible to manage. Is what you have to know about, the symptoms and everything that your body and everything that is concerned your mission and what you're doing. So Aya, let's start from the very beginning. Okay. And I would like to know a little bit about your story and how actually did you find out about MS, and also what is MS, because maybe people, they don't know about this.
Yeah, many people, they don't know about it, but recently there's a lot of awareness. But when I got diagnosed, that was 13 years ago, no one noticed. And I was like, what is MS? Like, I laughed at first. I laughed like, what is this, mama? I was really young. So I noticed usually I was having fatigue. I was so fatigued all the time. I have pain in my joints and it was not explained. To a point that I thought that everyone is living with pain. Like, I thought this is the norm, because when I was telling my mom or telling anyone in my family, I feel like that. So she takes me to the doctor and the doctor tells her, no, she's trying to get spoiled. She's trying to grab your attention.
Stop.
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah. Really, the doctor said that to your family?
He said, like, she's trying to grab your attention.
You were?
I was like 15.
Okay.
Like, when I started getting pain and fatigue and like weird stuff, like I thought, like, okay, maybe I'm trying to get attention and maybe this is the normal case. Maybe everyone is living with this pain and maybe everyone is living with fatigue. But the case was not like that. After 2 years, maybe with living like that, and I dealt with it. Like, okay, no worries, mama. Yeah. I'm not trying to get attention, but it's okay. So I lost my vision. I slept one day. I woke up like half blind. I can see like a white spot in front of my left eye. So here I felt like there's something I should talk, but I didn't talk.
Yeah.
Because I felt like maybe they will call me spoiled again. So, So after 2 days, my dad, he noticed and he told me, why didn't you talk about it? We have to go to the doctor. Thank God I went to the doctor and I got diagnosed so early. He told me right away. He wasn't like a doctor that is not specialized in MS, but he noticed that this is MS. He told me, your eyes are good, but I think maybe you have MS. Yeah. And after that, I did all the MRIs and all the blood tests, and I was 100% sure diagnosed with MS.
And in specific, I would like to know what is MS stands for, and what are the symptoms, and how did you experience this? In which way? Like, did you experience the symptoms immediately? Did you manage? Because this is something that I feel that people still struggle to find, especially when it comes to autoimmune disease. First of all, unfortunately, women are very exposed to this, but we're going to touch base this later. But I want to know your personal experience, how you face this and what did it mean for you?
It meant a lot. It changed my life. And I'm really thankful for this experience. That's first of all. What is MS? MS is multiple sclerosis. So let's think about autoimmune disease. Autoimmune disease is your immunity or your immune system is disrupted. And I want to tell people that it's not overactive as they promote it. It's only dysregulated. So it goes to the wrong way.
Yeah.
So this is the immune disease. It's not overactive. There's nothing called an overactive immunity. There's nothing called like that because maybe everyone will take vitamin C and then they get autoimmune disease. Doesn't make any sense, right?
Yeah.
So MS comes in like the immune system attacks your myelin sheath. What is the myelin sheath? Think about your nerves as a wire. The wire has a cover, right?
Yeah.
So this is where the MS goes.
Okay.
The immune system attacks the wire.
Yeah.
Or the cover of the wire.
Yeah.
Here, all the signals like get disrupted.
Yeah.
Because the wire is responsible for like giving signals smoothly from the brain to every part of your body.
Yeah.
Because the nervous system, is controlling every part of your body.
Yeah.
So MS, I believe it's the hardest autoimmune disease. So if I succeeded to manage this, you can manage any other immune disease.
I love the fact that you're so optimistic, but also rooted in your knowledge, because you're not optimistic only based on, I'm just positive, because you knew how to manage this. And that's actually also the reason why I wanted to invite you over, because some people, they don't even know where to start when it comes to autoimmune disease. It is actually scary to hear you have an autoimmune disease, but the fact that not only you manage this, but you're positive to say, if I did it, you can actually do it.
Yeah, you can.
It's amazing. So after you got diagnosed, what did you do? Because you were actually so young.
Yeah, I was so young. So I gave up. I didn't give up. I was not dramatic at all because I have a strong mom.
Yeah.
So she told me, don't be dramatic and don't act as if you're sick or something.
Yeah.
I started taking the medications. I went to the doctor, but he told me it's not a cure. So this thought was all the time in my mind, what do you mean by it's not a cure? And I see people, they are walking or sitting in a wheelchair or walking with the help of people. Sometimes they cannot swallow, they cannot see.
Wow.
It was a nightmare for me. I cannot imagine myself few years being like that. I cannot.
Yeah.
So I started researching about the disease, and then something clicked, the gut and the brain axis. Okay, so the gut controls the brain, and then the gut controls the immune system, because if the immune system is in a chronic inflammation, now your gut will ask the immune system to attack you.
Yeah.
So this is it. So the immune system is supposed to protect you.
Yeah.
Okay, it's your defense, as if you have an army. Okay, but when you have a dysregulated immune system, it attacks you. So why?
Yeah.
Is it really evil? Is it really trying to hurt me? No. It's trying to send me a message that you're not putting me in the right state. You're actually stressing me out.
Yeah.
So when a baby wants to express something, he cannot speak, right?
Yes.
Cries. So the immune system gives you something or a signal, it's crying.
Yeah.
You're not putting me in the right state. You're not feeding me the right food. You're treating me you're stressing me out all the time. Why are you not treating me right? So this is just a message, and it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how can you actually rewire the message to your own advantage? Because this is something that I heard so many times, especially when it comes to autoimmune disease, that, oh no, if now the message is direct to wants to attack your immune system or your vagus nerve or whatever, no, you cannot rewire it.
You can't put it completely in remission. We are not talking about it as a cure, but we are talking about it as remission.
Yeah.
What do we mean by remission? Is putting the disease in a very, very, very low symptoms. Sometimes it's 0 symptoms.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you know that you have the ability to get it again.
Yeah.
So you'll be overprotective over yourself.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you will not live without symptoms. I'm wearing high heels. I'm dancing. I'm going all over the place. I'm swimming. I'm the most movable person in the world, and I have MS.
Yeah.
So it's not. And before that, when I was younger and I was my gut was disrupted and everything was disrupted, I was lazier than now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how much the gut can actually lead so many organs and activities in our body.
Yeah. And in my belief, and this is only my opinion, that the main reason of any autoimmune disease is the leaky gut.
Interesting. Tell me more. And also because by the way, I've been suffering from leaky gut and I've been suffering from gut issues. In my opinion, I think it was more like a trauma, an emotional trauma. Maybe we can touch base this. And
this is of course a big part of it.
Yeah. But tell me more about leaky gut and why do you think it is connected to immunity and autoimmune diseases?
Okay, so the gut lining filters the blood. Okay, filters what goes to your blood and filters what goes to waste.
Yeah.
So when you have chronic inflammation or you eat inflammatory food all the time, so your gut lining starts to get thinner. So then the filter becomes weaker.
Yeah.
So then sometimes it allows waste to go to your bloodstream.
Yeah.
Okay, so now your body is chronically inflamed.
Yeah.
Because the waste is staying in your body. So this is simply the structure of the leaky gut.
It's just a filter that is not working.
Yeah, a filter that is not working anymore.
Yeah.
So now my body is in a chronic inflammation. So day after day, it will give me symptoms like digestive problems, like fatigue, like sometimes headache, sometimes it's allergy, so anything, any symptom is a symptom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. I have so many questions for you now, but the first thing that I think it's important for people to know is how did you take action? For example, you got diagnosed and your mom also encouraged you not to panic and just to take it the way it is. But how did you start? You said you start from the connection between gut and brain. And did you change something in your diet? Did you change something in your lifestyle? I want to know exactly everything that you did. So actually people can be inspired to do the same based on their bio-individuality.
Okay, so I started reading a lot. And then I started taking certifications because I want to study this.
Yeah.
And I felt like I'm so passionate about it. Like I'm passionate about knowing my body and knowing myself and how to protect myself. Like what else can I be passionate more about? So I started knowing that there is a group of inflammatory food. This group of inflammatory food is not necessarily inflammatory for everyone.
Yeah.
What be inflammatory to me might not be inflammatory to you. Okay? But this group is the majority of the inflammation. How could I know that I get inflammation or I'm sensitive to this food? You cannot know simply unless, even if you go and do the most expensive blood test that tells you that you have allergy from this and that, nothing.
Yeah.
I never trusted.
Yeah.
So I trusted by the elimination diet.
Yeah.
I remove all the inflammatory group.
Yeah.
All of it.
May I know which ones?
Okay. First of all, and you will be shocked a little bit, but it's a protocol, and if you want to follow it and try it, you'll be happy.
I mean, you know that I don't eat gluten and I don't eat dairy since 10 years. So I'm
perfect.
The pickiest when it comes to food.
That's perfect. This is the first step. And these foods are the two first groups that I remove from the food if you suffer from inflammation.
Yeah.
And if you don't suffer from inflammation, I will remove the gluten. Anyways, it's not a natural food.
Yeah.
So anyways, you have to remove it, gluten.
Yeah.
It's not allowed. So we remove the gluten. What is gluten? Is all the wheat products. Any wheat product, because sometimes people, once I was invited to a dinner and I didn't find anything to eat, like it was pizzas. So
welcome to my life, actually.
Yes.
I don't even know how you managed to do to all these events and because, I mean, you have a very active social life and you're a speaker and you're always with public people. And I swear to God, this is something that I actually wanted to ask you behind the scene, but I think this is actually the perfect time to ask.
Yeah.
How do you manage when you're outside?
Listen, sometimes I get some nuts with me in the bag or something if I know that it's a long day and I will never find the food.
Yeah.
And sometimes I ask for anything. Get me a cucumber, I don't mind.
Yeah.
But get me anything that suits me, but I never break my diet. Never. Whatever happens, I will never break my diet. I will drink water, I will go home, but I will never break it. I will never break the pattern because gluten takes 6 months to get out of your body.
I know.
So no, I don't want it.
Yeah. So you said, okay.
The group, the inflammatory group, before we forget, they will kill us. Okay, so the gluten, the dairy products, the eggs, the legumes, the nuts, and sugar, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, so these 6 foods, I'm not saying they are bad. I'm not saying they are bad for everyone, but some of them might be bad for Vicky.
Yeah.
Some might be bad for Aya. So how would I know unless I do an elimination diet and then I reintroduce those foods and see my body's reaction, my own body's reaction?
Yeah.
So it's an individual experience.
Yeah.
It's not something that I can generalize to everyone.
Yeah.
Unless it's gluten and sugar, I can. But I mean the other foods. Do you think that you don't have any allergies?
Yeah.
Like,
especially in like considering the food industry right now and everything that all these fillers and also the gluten itself. Because a lot of people, they asking me, and I'm sure they ask the same question to you, is, but then the gluten-free foods must be less in calories or less in, and I'm like, no, actually they're even worse.
Yeah.
Or at least they are not a good replacement.
Sometimes they are higher in calories and higher in carbs.
Yeah.
One of the things I did also was removing anything canned, packaged, no.
Yeah.
Bone broth all the time, chicken, beef, fish. Like, you don't need to eat a lot of shrimps because some people are sensitive to shrimps also. But I mean, like, you don't need to have a big allergy or a severe symptom. You need to have a small symptom. It will tell me, like, you're allergic to this.
Yeah.
If I eat eggs and I feel like I'm a bit fatigued the second day, eggs are not good for me.
Yeah. And I think also the moment you do this, your body just is quite, I would say, like a white canvas.
Yeah.
So the moment you reintroduce, you feel it immediately, while sometimes when we're filled up with, I don't know, any inflammatory food, we don't have the sensibility anymore to just listen to our body.
Yeah. You know what? When you stop the gluten and the dairy, for example, I'm telling this example because of you.
Yeah.
If you try to eat gluten, you will immediately feel it, that there's something wrong, right? This is not because you're very allergic or very sensitive. No, you got the poison out of your body.
Yeah.
So your body has now a strong alarm system. It will give you an alarm system like never before.
Yeah.
So this is a symptom of getting more strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many things to talk about, and I'm glad actually that you underline the fact that everything kind of like is linked to the gut, and then you can find solution to just decrease the inflammation, because it's also true that everything is linked. Inflammation is very linked to immunity.
Yeah.
So for people that are, they're listening to the podcast, so you got diagnosed, you take actions, you started this journey, and I think was kind of like meant to be, maybe as a purpose.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I felt like, now I think of it like, oh my God, thank you so much that you sent me this in order to teach me this, in order to let me teach people this.
Yeah.
So it's meant to be. Of
Yeah.
course it's meant to be. So the autoimmune protocol is removing all the inflammatory food, the possible allergens. Possible allergens means that you're not allergic to it. We are not saying that you're diagnosed. We're not saying that you will spend the rest of your life stopping this. It's only 1 month.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 month up to 90 days stopping this. And then we reintroduce each group of food one by one.
Yeah.
For a few days. We see the symptoms. We monitor the body. If you're okay, you're good to go. You can continue with that.
Yeah. And we talk about now the nutritional part. Mm-hmm. When it comes to lifestyle, what are the biggest changes that you did for yourself that actually helped your body to just reassess, or your nervous system?
Meditating.
Okay, tell me.
Yeah, I meditated a lot because I was not eating, so I was not like having the food noise waste your time.
Yeah.
By the way, so I didn't have that food noise. I was not still looking or seeing. The vision was not good.
Yeah.
Yet, so I was not looking on the TV, no videos, no nothing, and I didn't want to think about it. Like I can't see or something. No. I spent the time like putting the earphones and meditating like a lot. Breathing, just breathe.
Yeah.
Meditating doesn't have to be with a shaman or something complicated as they promote it. No, it's something very simple. It's just focusing with your breath.
Yeah. Interesting. And okay, and when it comes to sports and when it comes to activities, because I think your MS, correct me if I'm wrong, it impact also your daily movement. How did you manage to actually break the pattern and say, no, I'm going to move my body?
At that time, I didn't have any problems with my movement, to be honest and frank. But I have the problem of fatigue. Like, I feel fatigued all the time. I want to sleep. I just want to stay in bed. So sometimes I force myself.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes my family, they laugh at me. Aya, if you're tired, you move more. Please rest. I don't like to rest. I'm not going to rest. I'm going to move because when I move, I feel refreshed after that.
Yeah.
So I force myself to move. Even whatever happens, I move.
Yeah.
I feel alive. Like, my body is here, my body is there, and I always thank God I'm moving, thank God I have the legs to move, I can hear, I can see, because MS teaches you to be very grateful.
Interesting. Yeah. That's so beautiful, actually. Yeah. And I'm so inspired and from the fact that you took something that could have been like so disruptive for you when it comes to your life, and you turn it in a way that it's actually not only your purpose and your mission, but something that you manage in a way that you're mentally stronger than what happened. And actually, I can see myself a lot in your story. Even though I didn't experience any autoimmune disease or an MS, my issues were like slightly manageable. But I suffer from gut issue a lot. And I remember back then I was in fashion. And just because no doctor could have told me what's going on, I started to study and become a health coach myself. And if I didn't become a health coach, I wouldn't, be a coach, open my first startup, being Dubai, and being with you now, in front of you now. So I love actually to spread this message that sometimes when something really bad happens in your life, if you train your mind to see it as an opportunity rather than something to put you down, you can actually find your purpose there.
Yeah. Sometimes it's the purpose. Sometimes it's the purpose of your life, but you cannot see it because you're falling into the victim mode. So stop it.
Yeah. I have a question because, it's evident that autoimmune diseases are attacking more women compared to men. Why so?
Okay, so the research is still ongoing about this topic specifically, but I believe that we go through a lot of hormonal changes. Men are not like that.
Yeah.
Men have only one cycle for the rest of their lives, and it's stable, chill, nothing. And the immune system is more active because we have estrogen.
Yeah.
So they don't have estrogen. So we go, like, in a month, we change our moods like 14 times.
Yeah.
Right? So this affects the nervous system. And when it affects the nervous system, it affects the inflammation, and the cycle goes on.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And do you think also this is something that I'm asking you, I already know the answer, but I just want to reinforce it. I think also the lifestyle and the pressure that women are
of
on,
course.
It doesn't really serve us at all.
And pleasing others. We are always pleasing others. You please your daughter, you please your son, your husband, your mom, your dad. We are always pleasing others. Yeah.
Do you think that like a specific trauma or specific event or specific emotional trigger can actually lead you into autoimmune disease?
It's a combination. I can't tell you that if you get a trauma or a shock or something, it will trigger your autoimmune disease. No, it's a combination. If your lifestyle is bad, you eat bad, you sleep bad, you don't move, and then suddenly a trauma happens, everything will appear.
Yeah.
Like suddenly you will feel all the symptoms.
Yeah. And do you think there's a way to prevent people not to get autoimmune diseases?
I don't think we can prevent people to get autoimmune diseases because, as I told you, it's many aspects.
Yeah.
But we can, if you get diagnosed with any inflammatory disease, or if you know that your family has inflammatory genes, because genes are intercepted here.
Yeah.
So if you know that your family have inflammatory genes, you have to protect yourself.
Yeah.
Just eat good, sleep well, breathe.
Yeah.
It's very simple, by the way. People think it's very complicated, and I think it's more simple than that.
Yeah. I agree. Actually, we just need to come back to the main pillars, I guess, and not overcomplicate something that actually is very, it's natural.
We as humans complicated the food.
Yeah.
It's not originally complicated. We complicated the food, and now it's time to release it.
Yeah. I want to know also something. So you got certified and you studied and you got you got all the education possible to just manage your MS.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that you start also to coach others and to give. And tell me more about this journey.
Yeah. So this journey was so good and emotional because sometimes I get very affected by the emotions of the people around me. Because if I feel like she's depressed, she doesn't have any hope, this affects me.
Yeah.
And that's the main problem, the hope.
Yeah.
Like, not everyone have the hope. And when they get the hope, I feel so relieved.
Yeah.
Like, I noticed this in myself. Like, when they get the hope, once they get the hope and they trust themselves, I feel like now I'm relieved. Yeah.
And have you seen some cases where actually the mental role, the mental aspect played a bigger role?
Of course, all the time. The mental aspects give okay, so how can you start taking steps towards your health and eating healthy if you're not mentally ready for that?
Yeah.
So the mental aspects is number one. Of course, it's number one. But not everyone, like, I don't know why, but not everyone prefers to work with a mental health coach or something. They don't like it.
Yeah.
They believe in food. People started to believe in food, not everyone, but they started to believe in it more than the mental health coach.
Yeah.
But I believe you have to have one.
Yeah.
You have to have a mental health coach.
Yeah, I believe so too, actually. This changed my life actually for the better. I always share with people, and I'm not ashamed of it, that I'm doing therapy all the time with different people, with different mentors, with different therapists. Doesn't matter if it's for myself or for something that happened or for business as well. I do have mentors. I think we do need mentors, especially because I think we live in a society where everything can get so overwhelmed and chaotic, and sometimes someone telling you the truth as it is, even though maybe you know inside yourself, but it's a very good reminder because there's a mentor that sees the situation in a way that is more objective maybe. So,
but it depends how they say it, because some people, when they say the truth, they say it in a way that will make you feel, I don't know. Sometimes the people that they think, oh, I'm very honest, I don't have a filter. No, you're not honest, and I don't have you do have a filter, but your filter is not good.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah, you have
filter
to
is
have the
depressing.
sensibility towards people.
Yes,
Yeah.
you have to choose the mentor.
Yeah, you have to choose the mentor. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So Ayad, correct me if I'm wrong, but most of your clients or your audience in your community is Arabs.
Yeah.
Have you seen some patterns when it comes to diseases in the Arab community? Because I know that also depending on the culture and the food style, there are people that they suffer from specific diseases compared to others. We know that, for example, the American diet affects a lot the health of Americans, and while, for example, the Asian food as well has different triggers compared to maybe the Middle Eastern one. What are the main issues that you see in your clients?
First of all, the family acceptance, and the family behavior.
Yeah.
In the Arab countries, the families or the mothers specifically, they tell the kid to finish their plate.
Yeah.
And if you don't finish your plate, something bad will happen to you. So you have to finish your plate. So the kid grows up, they have to finish their plate. And then they grow up with an overeating or any eating disorder, like undereating because they are used to overeating and they were fat, or overeating because they have to finish the plate. So whatever the size of the plate, we will finish the plate.
Yeah.
So this is something. Number two is the family acceptance that you're having a disease. Not all the families accept the fact that their daughter or their son has a disease.
Yeah.
Supporting. Because when you have the family support, you will do anything to put your disease in remission.
Yeah.
But if you have people who are putting you down, like you are getting spoiled, this is not true, you're faking it, and no, now you're in a bad hands.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so this is usually the family acceptance. I had a client, she told me all my siblings, her siblings, they are treating me so bad. They are not putting me with the family, with their kids, ever, because I'm disabled. Imagine.
Wow.
Yeah, she's disabled, and that's why no family acceptance there.
Wow.
Yeah, and this was very painful. This is one of the stories where I decided I'm not working with MS clients for a couple of months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt so disappointed and stressed, like, how's this happening?
Yeah. As a coach, do you have a way to just filter out this amount of emotion that you receive?
I try. When I grew up, I successfully managed that. But when I was younger, it was very stressing for me.
Yeah.
I used to cry.
Yeah.
I cry all the time. I think about bad stuff. I imagine myself in their shoes. So, but now, no, I can manage it.
Yeah. I think maybe you grow older and you have maybe like a more tough skin. Resilience. Yeah. Do you want to share with us a very, very good, successful story that you experienced with your clients?
Yeah. Okay, so I had a client. She was sitting on a wheelchair. And this was one of my first clients, by the way.
Yeah.
And she told me that she started to walk. I don't know how to call it, like
the trolley, maybe?
No, she was walking with the wheelchair, okay?
Yeah.
Now she stands up and she can walk with like supporting hands or something, and she can walk with that. The idea that she started walking and she stood up, like, it gave me goosebumps until now.
Wow, that's kind of like a miracle.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And what did she do to actually get there?
The autoimmune disease protocol, the protocol I told you about.
Yeah.
But it took her more time than other people because the stage of your disease decides when are you gonna get remission.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you are disabled to a stage where you're sitting on a wheelchair, you will take more time.
Of course.
So she took around 6 months. And then, like, magic happened. And that point, I felt like God sent her to me because she changed my life.
Wow.
I trusted myself more.
What an amazing story.
Yeah.
I love that you shared this. Thank you so much. And Aya, just to close this podcast in the best way, I just want to ask you now, what is your next step in your career and how your mission will continue? And what is your desire for the future when it comes to wellness and your specific mission when it comes to autoimmune?
My specific mission, I shared it on my Instagram recently, but was like, protect yourself before you go to the doctor. Protect your body and treat it really as a temple, because people, they call my body is a temple and they are not treating the body as a temple.
Yeah.
So protect yourself before you go to the doctor. It's small steps, small tiny steps towards your health. And it's not as major and as big as going to the doctor and being hospitalized and being,
So you mean when you say protect yourself because before going to the doctor, you mean take care of yourself so eventually you will not need to go to the doctor?
Yes, exactly. Or you will need it in a minimal pattern.
Yeah.
But you will not go to the doctor like every weekend.
Yeah.
Like you spend your weekend dancing or going to your classes.
Yeah. And Aya, do you have like a last statement or something that you would recommend to people? And
yes.
As to close the podcast in the best way and to give also people hope?
Yes. Eat natural food, everything natural, everything on the ground, everything grass-fed, and walk every day for 30 minutes or even clean the house and sleep well. 8 hours every day in a dark room.
Thank you so much for being with us. It was such a lovely conversation.
Thank you, Vicky.
Thank you guys for listening. I'll see you on the next one.